Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Cancer, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for private readings. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page, and I thank you so much in advance. Cancer, I hope that you're doing well. One note of housekeeping. There are people starting to pose as me online on TikTok. I caught somebody stealing my videos, and I've since blocked them. But if you come across anything, please do let me know. And just always remember to never ever give your energy or money away to somebody that you are not sure about. All the links to my official Instagram and TikTok are included on my YouTube page. So I'm also verified on Instagram. So I have the little blue check mark. So if anybody else is posing as me, it's not me, and I will never ever reach out to you to solicit for anything. So I just want to keep you all safe. Right now, like, all these readings are free, so there's no need to give your money away unless you want a private reading. I have a link for my Buy Me a Coffee link included below. So I just want to keep you guys safe. I am such a fan and admirer of so many tarot readers online. I have bought many personal readings from readers themselves, and so I'm truly a believer in supporting people, but I'd rather you just watch for free and keep yourself safe. So that being said, this is just a bonus check-in reading, just to see what's taking the temperature, what's going on with you. I'm going to be using two decks for this reading today. The Elemental Oracle by Stacey DeMarco, and a fun deck that I haven't brought out in a while, Way of the Panda Tarot. So I'm just going to get an overall energy for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Cards have been pre-shuffled for Cancer. Angel, Spirits, Guides, what messages do you have for Cancer? Number 41, which reduces to a 5. Which, if you've watched any of my readings, you know how much of a fan I am of 5s, which is to say I'm not at all a fan, because 5s are all about transition. It also corresponds to the Hierophant card in the Major Arcana. This connection that we make between ourselves and spirit through a conduit, through a person, through a place, through a thing, a text. The Hierophant is about discipline, and the word here is discipline, but the overarching energy is time. Spirit immediately said the word procrastination. What have you been procrastinating about, Cancer, and why is it stressing you out? Is there a reason why you don't feel like you can work on said task, project? Would it be helpful if I said, oh, time is an illusion? Time doesn't seem like an illusion when you have like a big work project that you have to turn in by 12 hours tomorrow, you know? But it does call into question past, present, and future, right? Which is what we're going to look at in a few seconds. What is it that you've been... It's not even just procrastination, right? It's, the Spirit just said, hurrying through. What is it that you've been rushing through, thinking that you don't have enough time? Now they're playing that Muse song, Our Time is Running Out. Well, the song is called Time is Running Out, which is highly, highly recommend if you like kind of progressive space British rock. Muse is where it's at. Our time is running out. You want to notice here that this image obviously looks like a brain, and this light up here kind of makes me think about, it's kind of off center, but it makes me think about the pineal gland. consciousness. Maybe you are being, maybe lately, you are very acutely aware of the passage of time. As you get older, it's very funny. When I was younger, I didn't believe adults when they said this. It's like if they were turning 40, 45, 50, and we'd say, oh, like, are we gonna have a party? Oh, you know, once you get to be my age, right? As an adult said that too. Once you get to be my age, birthdays, they don't even matter. And now that I'm in my late 40s, sometimes it's not that they don't matter, birthdays matter, but the passage of time is very strange when you get older. And so that might be something that you are kind of very conscious of at this time, and it could be causing you a little bit of anxiety. You can see her hands here kind of clasped together over her heart chakra in a kind of protective stance, protecting time. The word above time is discipline, and so it does make me want to highlight to you, especially with the Hierophant card being referenced, that there has to be some, and these can be guidelines that you set for yourself, but there needs to be some guidelines that you delineate for yourself so that you can feel like you have a sense of control over the things that you can control. We can't control everything, but the things that you can control, the things that you can feel secure about, not overly controlling, but just feeling secure about being able to take care of your day-to-day, your tasks, implementing some new regimen that will allow you to stay on course, whatever that is. So for me, I have so many tasks throughout the day and so many requests, especially with my work situation, that I have to make a list. Because people will stop me in the hall and say, hey, honey, can you do this? Can you get this? Can you whatever? And it's like I walk through another door, I'll forget. So I have to ask them to text me if I don't have my phone on me, or just write it down right there, because, you know, I can't keep it all in the brain. There's either not enough happening there or there's too much happening there. But once you start to kind of make that list, yes, it becomes daunting, but as you check off things one by one, you feel accomplished. You feel like I made good use of my time. So let's say, for example, it is not talking about a workplace situation. This is talking about your love life or your social life. Maybe all of your friends, because you are a Cancer, so you have a lot of friends. If you don't have a lot of friends, you have a lot of core. You have a good group of core friends, because that's how Cancers roll. And your friends are making demands of you, right? I want to see you, let's have dinner, let's hang out, let's do this. And there just doesn't seem to be enough time in the day. And Spirit is saying, you know, you got to prioritize. You got to make time for what you want to make time for. If they wanted to, they would. So even if it requires you to make plans with your friends a month in advance, which is, it's just awful that like sometimes we have to make plans a month in advance just because maybe we're living in different towns, your friends are super busy too, then it doesn't matter. Just make the plan in advance. Something to look forward to. And then you can say, okay, I've set aside time. It may be 4 weeks from now, but I've set aside time for the people that I love because they're worth it. Spirits also, because they're showing me this kind of cerebral cortex or whatever, and I started thinking about neurons, neural networks, kind of creating and building new memories, right? It's all about spending time with people that we love helps us, one, to keep our brains young, but two, to build new experiences, new core memories. It's important. And has to be, even with our social life, there has to be a level of discipline. It's important. So I'm going to get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. Past, present, and future. This is a check-in for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh well. I'm gonna pull advice from Spirit at the end. Okay. So, past, present, and future. Past energy, 4 of Swords. I'm warning you right now, this tarot deck is adorable. 4 of Swords. My man is like leaning on a rock. he's spent. There's been a lot of time just rolling down hills, eating bamboo, and we've had such great experiences with that. We're going to write our life story. There might be somebody out there writing their life story or writing a book, because you can see here the feather he has 1 feather in his hand, almost as if it's a quill. So there could be something with writing. 4 of Swords talks about rest and recuperation. So you needing a lot of rest. 9 of Pentacles to clarify that. Why? Because you've been working hard on your pentacles. You've been working hard on your abundance. And this could be in like a singular fashion. This card, 9 of Pentacles, pre-Empress energy. That's what they call it, pre-Empress energy. Could be talking about you running your own business, your own gig, your own side hustle, and really putting your nose to the grindstone and enjoying all of that effort, like really being proud of it. The 9 of Pentacles is beautiful, abundant, likes luxuriousness. You can see here, look at that, look at the tummy. I mean, it's just so cute. This deck, why don't I use this deck more often? But what this is telling me now is the reason why you needed so much rest was because you were burning the midnight oil, trying to build something for yourself, or trying to, maybe it's just keep up with all of the demands of your day. But I'm feeling burnout energy, especially just the way that he's leaning on this. He's not sitting against the rock, he's like slumped over it. That kind of indicates to me through Spirit that there's been some burnout for Cancers. And you know what too, right? At the time that I'm recording this, there's some key planetary alignments, the most significant being Mars and Cancer. So Cancer signs especially have been feeling very heightened, intense emotions, almost to the point of being argumentative, dare I say difficult. And I am a Cancer, so I'm gonna dare I say difficult. And people have been difficult, just in general. People have been difficult. There's a lot of stress. Spirit just said cortisol. Heightened stress, heightened cortisol, heightened intensity of anxiety, things like that. That, you might think that it's part and parcel of the game. I'm trying to hustle here and trying to build something for myself. Stress is part of the game. Well, it's kind of like we're not going to do any good. We're not going to do ourselves a service. We do a disservice to ourselves, rather. A disservice to ourselves if we don't take the opportunity, the time to rest. Rest is productive, and it's so hard to remember that. Rest is productive. I'm gonna get a clarifier for the past energy. For the past energy, please, Spirit. Thank you. 2 cards in reverse. Another 9. Double 9s. 9 of Cups in reverse. 4 of Cups in reverse. So, you know, lots of water energy here. Both cards in reverse. Here they are in the upright. 4 of Cups talks about complacency, resignation. 3 Cups is all we're good for, right? But we know there's, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Cups. The idea of this card here is that Spirit is trying to hand you something new. You can't see it. This is the Ace of Cups. 9 of Cups talks about wish fulfillment. Both these cards are in reverse. Why are we working so hard? It's because our wishes haven't really come in yet. You feel like this is productive. You're walking towards your wishes, but they're not in the past energy. Not quite here yet. Not quite here. But 4 of Cups in the reverse. This is not being open to Spirit's hand. This is being opened to Spirit's hand. Now you're starting to see, like, maybe you're starting to ask your spirit guides for help a little bit more often. Maybe you're manifesting a little bit more. Keep doing that. What you can see in your mind, you can have in your hand, right? Keep doing that. Spirit wants me to burn. I have some incense matches just sitting here, and I don't know why, but I felt this overwhelming need to. It's almost like maybe Spirit is saying this is part of the ritual. Cancer, just join me right now, obviously in your mind. Make a wish. Make a wish, Cancer. We're all just going to manifest right now. I'm going to do it too. Did you make your wish? Highly recommend these incense matches. They smell really good. I got them on Etsy. Okay, we've made our wish, Cancer. Doesn't that feel good? That felt good. What's going on in the present? The waiting. 3 of Wands. Waiting for the ships to come in. You can see here this panda has a little, like a unicorn horn. And the ground here is kind of littered with crystals. The miraculous, the extraordinary, the strange, mystical, wonderful. We're waiting. We're waiting. The thing about the 3 of Wands, though, it's often known as the card of waiting for the perfect moment, when there never really is a perfect moment. They're just a series of moments. Chris Reck at Minnow Pond Tarot was very, very popular. He always says that about the 3 of Wands. And so, because I admire him, I say it too, because it's true. It's like, okay, I'll give you an example. This is not my personal example. But, you know, when I have friends that, I'm getting to be a little bit in the older crowd, so a lot of my friends are not trying to have kids because they already have kids, but when newlyweds are trying to have children, you know, sometimes they take a year to 5 years to, like, just be a couple. They travel the world, they're just doing things as a couple, and then they kind of settle down and say, all right, now it's time for us to have kids. But then sometimes there are these conversations that they have that they've told me about where it's like, well, we can't really afford to have a child right now. It's not the right time. This is all accurate. And at the same time, when is somebody absolutely 100% ready to, and just has all their ducks in a row ready to have children. Like, unless you're very fortunate, and I hope that you are, to have the next 18 years of finances settled for your future child. I mean, it's a journey. So I can see from other people. I don't have children, but children do not necessarily come at the most opportune time. So it's the sense that, what is the right time? What is the right time to write that book, finish that book, open up that business, go on that trip? I mean, there's a good time and there's a better time. There's finances in place and better finances in place. There's optimal travel weather conditions, and there's spectacular travel conditions, right? There's always going to be something that is going to one-up it. But there's also the sense that Spirit is giving me, like, seize the day, seize the day. You only live once, seize the day. It's up to you. Because this panda can get up and start moving, but they're, in the present energy, a little stationary. Excuse me. Five of Pentacles in the reverse, to clarify that. Five of Pentacles talks about, you know, maybe finances are not spectacular or have not been. I can relate to that, right? So Five of Pentacles can talk about abandonment issues, being left out, being left behind. But in this depiction, you know, I can understand if the depiction, like, it only had one panda and they were kind of lonely. But you can see there's another panda here with their arm around this one in the front. Somebody is trying to support you or be by your side. It could be your partner, a parent, a friend. And because that person is by your side, you're not feeling as alone or left out or bereft. The card is in reverse. But there's perhaps this kind of Spirit just said, like, post-traumatic stress. I'm not sure in reference to, okay, so I asked Spirit, what does that mean? And it's kind of like, maybe you jumped in the water before in, like, another chapter of your life. Maybe you started a new relationship, started a business, whatever, and it didn't work out. And that feeling of abandonment or being isolated or alienated was too much to bear at some point. No pun intended. It's too much to handle, and there's a hesitation, right, to get back on the wagon. I don't know. In terms of, like, what situation that is, I'm going to ask for a clarifier. But here's this element. We're waiting, waiting, waiting. Here's this element of time again. There is the possibility, Cancer, that you could be waiting a long time if you don't show up for yourself. Yeah, damn. Hanged panda, the hanged man. Look at this guy. Ridiculous. If I saw this in a zoo or wherever, I'd just start hysterically laughing. But could not, thank you, Spirit, because it could not be more on point. The hanged panda talks about needing a change of perspective. Like, really, just major arcana, just really drawing way, 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 way out. Virgo and Pisces energy represented here. We need to, like, look at things from a different point of view because we're too close. But it causes us to be stagnant. It causes us to be stuck because we're just trying to assess the situation. And this card came out in reverse, right? There is such a thing as waiting too long. being stuck too long. It's almost like there was somebody here's energy I'm picking up on somebody who's just like, but I want to be sure. I want to make sure that I'm sure that I'm sure. That is absolutely your prerogative. But now I'm hearing the tick, 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 tick. I feel like I want to pull a card from another deck. Which deck, Spirit? The people are waiting. Okay, maybe this one. Gonna use the Citadel Oracle deck just to pull one card because it's kind of, because I feel your energy, but I want to be sure that I'm sure that I'm sure. Can you clarify the present energy for Cancer, please, Spirit? Look. The Orator, communication, and confidence. You know, when we see somebody holding like a skull like this so dramatically, right? Well, I don't know if it reminds you of it, but it reminds me of Hamlet. When Hamlet, in the Shakespeare play Hamlet, there is a scene, if you're not familiar, where Hamlet is holding Yorick's skull. He was a groundskeeper or an old gravedigger or something, and another gravedigger is burying him, and he goes, whose skull is this? And he's like, this is Yorick's skull. And he goes, but I knew him when I was a kid, and now I'm holding his skull. It's a very bizarre scene, but it's dramatic. Hamlet makes me think of drama, of plays, of drama, Shakespeare. This could be resonant for you. But the theater, this idea that life is theater and we are but merely players, and it is time to say your lines, Cancer. Communication, confidence, the order. It is time to speak. It is time to say your lines. Future potential. Strength card in reverse. And the Ten of Cups. So, confidence. Confidence, difficult for you right now. Look at this guy. He looks like a little Robin Hood. The little mouse, a little swashbuckler. That's two different things. Robin Hood was not a pirate. But the Strength card, Major Arcana number 8. Leo energy. And it talks about a mastery over the beast within. The beast referring to the ego referring to fear and what keeps us stuck and trapped and protected through our fear, right? Our ego serves to protect us sometimes. Let's say, you know, with criticism, for example. Our ego can either let us crumble at criticism or react to it in a different way, or brush it off and say, I don't care what that person thinks. I know who I am. Overactive egos always become a problem. It's also about strength in terms of resilience. For future potential, you have this in reverse. I just feel like this kind of exhaustion energy. Like burned out. I mean, I know I should push forward, but I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. And like, I know I wanna go after this beautiful abundance, but like, I'm tired. Ten of Cups is happiness, joy, blissfulness, everything coming together. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. And it's what's waiting in your future. If only you could summon up the confidence to embrace it as a part of your story. The story that you're writing here. Can you see yourself in a future where you are absolutely blissfully happy? Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse. It's difficult right now. Aces bring new from spirit, new opportunities, doors opening, crucial conversations. Three of Cups is celebration. These two cards are in reverse. I'm not a fan of this, Cancer, as a fellow Cancer, but I get it. We're going to keep on keeping on, as Cancers always do, because we are the mothers of the zodiac, whatever your gender you ascribe to. We are the mothers of the zodiac, and what do moms do best? They keep on trucking. But it's at the price of one's own happiness in service to others. And Spirit is kind of saying, like, look, that's great, like, and we've put you in this lifetime to help others. At the same time, you deserve a party. You deserve a new opportunity. People want to celebrate you, so let them. I'm gonna get one more card for advice from Spirit. What's your advice? The World in reverse, Major Arcana. Oh, and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Two Major Arcana. Number 10 and number 21. The Wheel of Fortune, divine timing. And the World card, closing out chapters. Tremendous energy. Ooh, Spirit is heavy-handed right now. They really, it's like the precipice. Cancer is on the precipice. They really want these cards to flip in the upright for you. Let go of old narratives, old stories, old cycles, old people that belong in those old cycles. They're no longer a part of the narrative in the now. Divine timing. It's coming for you, Cancer. I wouldn't worry about it too much. But now that you've watched this reading, stay cognizant. We said we made our wish. Keep walking towards that wish. Kind of get up. Walk towards your wish. That's your reading, Cancer. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe. Comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Cancer.